Now, I'm not suggesting by this that Mark ignores Jesus' power and authority, but he does refer to it a little more briefly than Matthew, and in it he offers some exclusive insights and key secrets of Jesus' power. In chapter 1 and verse 35, now in the morning, having risen before daylight, he went to a solitary place, and there he prayed. And in verse 41, and Jesus, moved with compassion, put out his hand and touched him and said, I'm willing, be cleansed. Jesus prays. His prayer life is the source of his power. Verse 41, with this leper, his compassion is the source of his power. And again, we find that in other places too, that Jesus' prayer life and his compassion are the source of his power. These are very human and servant-hearted kind of descriptions. And so for Mark, the source of Jesus' power is not so much his kingly authority. It is, and Mark knows that, but that's not what interests him so much. What interests him is his lowly servant-heartedness, and the source of his power is through the one who is through his submission to the Father in prayer and intercession, through his alignment with the Father in compassion, because as the Father's heart beat with compassion in heaven, so the hands and feet of the servant-hearted Jesus moved in unison with that heartbeat of God on the earth. So what we have here is Jesus' power flowing out of his servanthood. Mark also goes into detail, more detail than the other Gospels, concerning the difficulties that Jesus felt and the difficulties that he faced. Time and time again, we have the reflection here in Mark 3, verse 5, for example, the hardness of the heart of these people that we looked at earlier. And in Mark 6, verse 6, he marveled because of their unbelief. Then he went about the villages in a circuit teaching. And he has the opposition repeatedly from people. Mark 8, verse 12, but he sighed deeply in his spirit, saying, why does this generation seek a sign? Assuredly, I say to you, no sign shall be given to this generation. And so we have this sense in Mark's gospel that the servanthood of Jesus and the service of Jesus is no easy thing. That this is, hard, dedicated, committed service in difficult situations.